Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be doing code from HackTheBox. This is a box heard about solid easy. And yeah, let's get on to the video. As always, I'm starting by splitting my internals here. So I ping the IP address, do ping count for 3, 4, 10, 10, 11, 62. Do get a response back from the server, some server name, scan. So do mmissc for default scripts for narration. We'll scan ports on the IP, we'll do my verbose. This scan takes some time, so I'm just going to more into nmap.txt. We have a total of 2 ports open, port 22 open for SSH. This is the Ubuntu server. So that port 5000 open for HTTP. This is running Gunny Corn 20.0.4. I'm starting visiting port 5000. So here we do have a Python code editor. I'm guessing this is, we can execute code. So it's going to be like a Python sandbox, which does allow to run code. I'm going to start by testing for a couple of things to get a remote code execution. I'm just going to import like OS. And we have a use of restricted keywords not allowed. So I do have the payload already. So I'm going to cancel /opt. I believe this was into was a sandbox. Let's cd into opt. I do have this under sandbox. I'm just going to cat this out. So here I already do have the payload here for the sandbox. This will allow us to print out output for stdout for standard output, running commands without running like system OS or execute or any like sub process or any of that. So I'll just go to run. We do have permission denied. If I run IED, you'll see that we are under at production. So I want to see if we do have netcat. However, we do need to specify this as using anytime there's like a space. I do need to specify like space and then a quotation. So if I do this for like which NC, I gotta do a comma, and then do netcat, and then we do have this for user bin netcat. So I'm gonna do this for netcat. I'll do this netcat for 10. Let's get my IP address. Do I have config? 10, 10, 60, 96. Then we're going to be doing this for the port for 9001, comma, and then we'll do specify -e. And then again, specify that quotations. We'll do this for /bin/bash. So now I have netcat for my IP address for 9001. We'll execute a /bin/bash. I'm starting my listener here. Let me just do all wrap. Run this. And we don't get a response back. So I'm going to see if we do have BusyBox on here. We run this. We do get a connect. We do ID. Do Python 3. I'm going to export my term is equal to xterm. My terminals here. We do ID, and now we're at production. So looking back at the command, I just want to do some explaining to do for this class. We're going to be using like the class index for 317. This is the Python's eternal class, which does allow for like the subprocess.popin, which of course we're executing that BusyBox for netcat. But using netcat, we just connect back to our own machine, 9001, execute a /bin/bash. Redirect the standard output to -1. So this is like for output that we don't need. We don't need any output for that. And simply we just print out the output, which is going to be for nothing. And doing that, we are under at production. So I'm going to do a sudo mycel. We don't have a password for at production. So I'm going to cd into, see what we do have. Let's go go back. We have a user as Martin. cd into Martin. We'll just go under this directory. We do have a app. cd into app. I'm going to cat this app.py. I'm guessing this app.py is going to be the Python sandbox. As you can see, we have for keyword in eval, execute, import OS. So once we did that, import OS, this will of course tell us that we have use of restricted keywords not allowed. So just doing basic filtering to make sure we don't have anything in the input from the user. And this is just running Flask. So I'll clear my terminals here. We'll go into a instance. We do have a database dot here, so I'm going to do a Python 3 minus mhttp.server. We'll do port 881. I'm going to get this into my machine. So do HTTP for 1010, 1010, 1162. On port 81 for database.db. Now we can use SQLite or SQLite 3 for database. We'll do a .tables. We'll do a select start from users or from user. And we have a total of 2 users. Well, we have a user for development and also for Martin. I'm going to put this into crack station. If we can't get these to crack, then we'll use John. So go to crack station. We'll just run the rainbow tables on here to make sure that these hashes are not already cracked. So we put this into hash identifier. These should be MD5 and they do show as MD5. That's the reason for that. But if we had like a specific, like a $Y for crypt or $Y $, of course we need to crack those types of hashes. Go to crack hashes and we have a password for development. And the second one was for Martin. So I'm going to switch users to Martin. Start my list one more time. We'll switch users to Martin. And we are under Martin. We don't have port 22, I think, for... Was it port 22 for SSH? Let's check that map scan one more time. Media root. Let's go to backup for HackTheBox. We do have port 22 open for SSH. I'm SSH into, was it Martin? At 1010. 1010 1162. Enter the password. We do ID. And now we're to Martin. So I'm going to start by doing a sudo minecell. We do have a user bin becky.sh. I'm going to see if I can remove this file. Also, I'm going to see if I can rename the file. So I'll name this to like SSS, whatever. It can be whatever. Just to make sure if I can really change the file. If I could change the file, then I can put my own file under there. But in this case, we don't have that. So I'm going to do sudo minecell. We'll do sudo minecell. We'll do this for root for becky.sh. It is asking for task.json. Let's cat this out. Let's look at the file. It is asking for a task.json. We do have the file which needs to be specified. If the file is not specified, then of course we echo out JSON file that is not found. We do have some allowed paths here for var and also /home. So I'm guessing within the JSON file that we do create, we only have allowed paths for var and home. And it's checking for the updated JSON for directories to archive. And it's also making sure that we don't go outside the directory. So we can't do like // any of that for within the JSON file. And it also does echo the updated file, and it does archive the file specified in the file path that we create within the JSON. So I'm going to use nano for this. I'll just create this for like a path.json. So I want to start by creating a, do curly braces. So I'm going to start by creating the directories not found. I'll put this into like a, let's cut this file one more time. So let's get the directories to archive. We'll nano into path.json. So I'm going to start by specifying the directories to archive. This will be the file that we want, but however we want to escape from that specific directory to archive. So we'll specify this for home. Since it's only doing it's not doing proper checking, we'll do the dots for 3, go back, and then we'll do this for root. We'll specify a colon there. Then we can do a destination. We'll do destination. We'll do quotations, and we'll specify this within dev shm, just to make it like a path that we are not using. So we can do this for dev shm. Specify home to do the root, and this will archive everything under root. I'll put it to the destination for dev shm. Then we can use a tar to export that file path. So we'll do sudo -l. So do sudo -u for root for backy.sh, and we did have that path.json. Let's run this one more time. Sudo -u for root. So now this is going to dev shm. We can use a tar -xvf for code. We go into root, do -la. We do have our root.txt. However, we also do have a .ssh, cat this id underscore say for this private key. I'm going to put this onto my own machine, so I'll vi into id underscore say. We do chmod 700 for id underscore say. We'll ssh into root at 10:10 11:62. We'll do my sci for id underscore say. We do id, now under root, so I do -la, cat of root.txt. Well guys, if you're enjoying the video, throw a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.